gather from that home run and that double that Brady had tonight that he's back to being Brady?
He's healthy. So, I mean, he couldn't play last weekend or last week, I think, because he wasn't healthy. But, yeah, got some extensive treatment yesterday and was much better today. Really good to see.
What did you like about the early innings offensively?
We had to win the game tonight. This was an absolute must-win game. It wouldn't have mattered what had happened the rest of the schedule. Now, not every game is like that the rest of the way, but tonight it was. And I thought the approach to the game was awesome. They got a tough time throwing strikes early, and we were able to take advantage of that. The first two guys had a tough time throwing strikes, and we had a clear deal what we wanted to do, and we did at the plate. And I thought it was great to see a lot of guys that wanted to get in there, and they did a great job. Like, I think they were on base like 15 out of 19 at bats off the bench, something like that. So it was great.
With Jake Brown, seemed like is that a guy you want to try to find time for in the lineup, but just have had trouble too?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of that and what I mean by that is it's been tough. You've seen how much we've shifted things around and order and who plays, and unfortunately, this is not a good thing. You don't know what the difference is between certain guys at certain times. I think he's a good athlete. We've been making some swing changes that he's working hard on, and he's a good athlete, and athletes usually figure it out. We had him in there at the beginning for a reason. He got hurt for a little while, but I think he's got a chance to be a really good player here.
Just the decision to put Gavin in there at second.
I don't want Tommy White to get hurt in a game that we're up by 17. There's nothing to it other than that. I'm not enamored that he hit a 66-mile-an-hour pitch for a double down the left field line. He was instructed not to run hard, not to do anything that would get himself hurt, but it was literally just to get Tommy out of the game. And we were out of position players other than Alex, and Alex needed to get off his feet for a few days.
So Austin Rolig and Derek Mitchell are
they're redshirting, yeah.
Redshirting.
They're redshirting, yeah.
And no Jaden New pitching tonight is
yeah, he sprained his ankle last week, so he hasn't been able to throw. So, yeah, it's an ankle injury. We would have pitched tonight if he was able to.
Is it hard to evaluate your team given just when you win by this much?
This quickly? Winning just doesn't happen in college baseball. I don't think anybody really looks at that the way that we do. So they're in first place in another league, so it's good in that regard. They, I think, are limited on numbers of pitchers. Like, it's like 8 guys through all their innings, and they had a 2 out of 3 this weekend. My guess is they just probably weren't in a good spot, coming into this deal tonight. And the one thing, as you can see, that we have some depth in terms of numbers of guys that can go out there and get outs. Now, it doesn't mean number 5 is any better than number 11 or 12. But in a situation like this, who we don't use can help us on Tuesdays, and that's why our record is really good outside of league.
With Fidel, is he a guy who can still work?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's been close a couple times here recently. I really like him, and he's not that far off of that.
With who's coming in on the weekend, I know winning the game tonight was obviously the top priority, but what specifically did you want to see out of your guys to let you know that they're going to be ready to go?
Yeah, I don't have a hard and fast deal. Like I told them Sunday, we have to win on Tuesday or the season is over. Like, unless you win the SEC tournament, and that's a tall ask, So, show up ready to play. What does ready to play look like? I didn't think we were very good offensively last weekend. Like, I thought we were taking some steps forward, and even though we won the series, a 2 out of 3, I thought we left a lot to be desired. So we wanted to be better in the at bats. We were, and one of their guys was 92, 94 and pumping it in there, and we're barreling up balls and we're not chasing, and it's just like, I'd like to see more of that, on a consistent basis. So that was that. The defense has been pretty good lately. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I would say over the last 8 games we're probably fielding above 980. of the last 9 games. And the pitching is why we're winning, or why we've won 7 of 9. You know, we've had 2 bad innings that hurt us in the 2 losses, and other than that, we've pitched really well over the last 9 games.
Is an offensive performance at the plate tonight what you want to see a step in the right direction with Texas A&M? Sorry, the top team in the country coming in this weekend that regularly has put up and run with teams the last few weeks.
Yeah, they're good. I don't think tonight has a ton of relevance to the weekend, other than, you know, a very specific element that we wanted to work on tonight for the weekend. I'm not going to really elaborate on that, but I don't think it has a lot to do with it. We need to practice well or train well for the next couple days and compete. It's just great. You got basically a 10-game playoff series, you know, here now coming up, and it's opportunity. It's big time opportunity. It's really good for us that this weekend is still on the schedule. That is a really good thing for our team right now.
2 more for Coach. All right. Thank y'all.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thanks.